How would, for example, a foreign nation state approach this? How would they potentially find, let's say, that person within your company that could glean them interesting information? Do you have some insight in how this is already happening that people should be aware of?
So I think the insider threat perspective is it's a huge aspect for any emerging technology, right? So we have people in biotech who spend their life researching something. They have PhDs, they're well educated, they're excited to talk about something that they've spent a lot of time researching. And so to be maybe caught off guard in that sense and manipulated to discussing things or discussing research, that's one avenue is that insider threat perspective. But then there's also cyber threats. I mean, a lot of these are going to be strategies that are utilized to pursue intellectual property, to pursue sensitive data. And then another aspect as well, going back to China, is that that military civil fusion of where there's ongoing research, maybe partnerships happening with CCP or with just organizations that are in China, or maybe not in China, but there's direct ties back to CCP that may be of concern. And there's a huge lack of transparency there. And that might be just by nature of how China operates. I mean, that's they're a communist nation, things are sealed off in a way. And from where we sit in the US, like that lack of transparency is concerning, right? So we know them to be a near peer adversary. And understanding that there could be manipulation from what they're doing with the technology, what they're doing with information, specifically like genetic information, like we mentioned GenScript. That's a lot of what is being talked about now inside the Beltway because this is really highly sensitive information, and somebody getting your genetic data is not like somebody getting into your bank account. Like this is a very different threat. So it's something that needs to be front of mind in DC, and I think it's happening now, and hopefully it's not too reactive. And with partnership in the private sector, we can help to ensure that we're becoming more proactive in deterring these threats.